Morning. Today is February the 12th of 2022. My name is Anthony Villanueva. I'm interviewing Jillian Gomez for the Latino Oral History Project, Voices of a Pandemic Project at the Center for Latino and Latin American Studies at Northern Illinois Universities. This project is in partnership with Voces Oral History Center at the University of Texas at Austin. Please know, Ms. Gomez, that this interview will be placed in the Northern Illinois University libraries and shared with the Voces Oral History Center at the University of Texas at Austin. If there is anything that you do not wish to answer or talk about, I will honor your wishes. If there is something that you want to talk about, please bring it up. The Center for Latino and Latin American Studies wishes to archive your interview along with other photographs or documentations at the Northern Illinois University libraries. The Northern Illinois University libraries will retain copyrights of the interview and any other materials donated to the Center for Latino and Latin American Studies at Northern Illinois Universities. Do you give the Center for Latino and Latin American Studies consent to archive your interview and any materials you may donate?
Yes.
Do you grant Northern Illinois Universities the right, title, interest, and copyright over the interview and any materials you may provide?
Yes.
Do you agree to allow Northern Illinois University libraries to post this interview on the internet where it may be viewed by people around the world?
Yes.
Do you grant the Center for Latino and Latin American Studies the consent to share your interview and your materials with the Voces Oral History Center at the University of Texas at Austin for inclusion in the Voices of a Pandemic Oral History mini project, which will include posting the interview on the internet?
Yes.
Do you wish for us to share the rest of your interview in your public file available to researchers at Benson and NIU libraries?
Yes.
On occasion, the Center for Latino and Latin American Studies and Voices receive requests from journalists who wish to contact our interview subjects. We will only deal with legitimate outlets. Do you give us consent for us to share your phone number or email with them?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Jillian, I want to tell me a little bit about yourself. What do you do? What kind of job do you have?
I'm a teacher's aide for the Jersey City Board of Education. I've been working there for 22 years.
Very good. And let's move on. When did you first learn about COVID?
I first learned COVID when I first got it.
Oh, when did you have COVID?
I had COVID last year in March.
March of 2021?
Yes.
Okay, but COVID started at the March or April of 2020. Did you hear about it back then before you got it?
I heard it back then. I was homeschooled through virtual my class.
Okay.
I was on leave on March, and then the minute that I went back, we were on virtual due to COVID.
Okay, so as soon as was it the Jersey City Board of Education?
Yes.
They sent everybody on virtual to work worked from home.
Right.
And then the following year in March of 21, that's when you contracted COVID?
Yes.
Do you remember how you got it?
I was working at McDonald's in downtown as a part-time, and I was just very tired. Body was aching. So I went and took the test and came out positive.
What did you do when you learned that you were positive?
I stood in my room, quarantined for the whole 14 days. Nothing but liquid, soup, rest.
You weren't hospitalized, were you?
No, I wasn't.
Okay. Did you go to the hospital? Or did
No.
you go to a private doctor?
No,
You just treated yourself?
did it myself.
Okay. And do you have were other members of your family in the same apartment at the same time?
Just my son, and he didn't have it. I got him tested and he was fine.
It was fine. He's never gotten it.
No,
Are you vaccinated?
yes, I'm in the process of doing my booster. Me and my son are supposed to get the booster in March.
But you have the two previous vaccines, you got them?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you said that you got COVID the first time. Was there a second time that you got COVID?
No, it wasn't a second time.
Oh, okay. So you just had COVID one time.
Yes.
Okay. And tell me about where you live. Were there other people that got COVID in the apartment building that you live in?
That I know of, I'm not sure.
No. Did you have any friends or other family members that got COVID?
My mom had the COVID, I believe. My brother had the COVID.
And do you know how they got it?
No,
They just got it. Were they hospitalized?
no,
No. They just treated themselves?
yes.
Were they vaccinated?
My mom is vaccinated. My aunt's vaccinated. My brother's not vaccinated.
No.
Uh-oh, hold on. My thing went off.
No. I still see you.
Okay.
No, your finger was going over the lens. You're okay now.
Everybody else didn't.
Okay, so your brother is not vaccinated
No, he's not.
and he got it and he's okay now.
Yes.
How did he treat himself? Did he stay home? Did he quarantine or?
He stood home, he quarantined, nobody couldn't go near him. He just quarantined and drank a lot of fluids.
Your mom, how did she treat it? How was she treated?
Same thing, stood home, quarantined, kept herself dehydrated.
Okay. And do you know of anybody that died of COVID?
A lot of my high school friends died over COVID. I had one friend that was pregnant and she was in a coma due to the COVID and they took the baby out.
You know how the rest of her family is doing after that tragedy?
I lost touch with them because they moved, but I know her sister took all her 3 boys with her to live.
How old was she?
She was in her like late 30s.
Do you know of any other friends or family members?
There were all half of my friends from high school all died from COVID. Another like back to back.
Really? They all lived in Jersey City?
They all lived in Jersey City.
You heard of this from from your friends? Just
Yes.
word of mouth?
It was a word of mouth. It was on social media.
Oh, okay. And did COVID prevent you from doing your food shopping or going out as you normally did?
It did.
Did you have food delivered to you, or did you still go out to do your
I would
shopping?
still go out and get it, but I would just double up my face mask.
Okay. And when you went to stores, were people wearing masks?
Some people weren't, some people were.
Where did you do your shopping? In a big Pathmark or in a smaller bodega?
In a small little sea town.
Okay. What about work? Tell me about work. Are you back in the classroom now?
We're back in the classroom. It's funny because we just had a meeting yesterday about that, you know, we were supposed to have shields in our classroom and we don't because the kids are autistic, so they break them. There's no 6 feet apart. If the sick are sick, we have to take them into a teacher's room and sit with them till the parents come and get them. And we were told yesterday that we're not allowed to go and sit with them. There was supposed to be a nurse from the board coming and to sit with them until the parents get there, and we didn't know that.
Okay, so the procedures are not being followed that are set.
No.
Okay, and this is just in your school or in all schools?
Oh, that's in all schools. Some schools have their shields, some schools follow the protocol. My school, I think, is the only one that doesn't follow the protocol.
Do you live in a high-rise building?
No, it's Holland
Stories?
Garden, it's the project,
Oh, okay. Well,
but they're not high rise yet.
the reason I'm asking is because I was wondering how many of the people in the building got sick that you know of?
That I really don't know because I don't socialize with them a lot. So I don't know who had the COVID, who didn't have the COVID.
Do you
And
still
it's
wear?
I still work at my school, and you know, 3 different classrooms had the COVID, and we all said, well, why is the school still open? Why they didn't just go back to virtual?
Right. And when you went to virtual, did the Board of Education provide computers for the employees that didn't have any?
Only for the teachers. I do virtual through my phone.
So tell me about, how do you feel about COVID now as opposed to a year and a half ago? Do you still feel that it's a serious matter?
It's a serious matter. I mean, I'm not saying it's not, it is, but people doesn't, they don't take it serious. Now, Governor Murphy just announced as of March 7th, the kids don't have to wear their face mask. I get the little kids, but the older kids, they should wear the face mask. I work with autistic kids, so I'm getting sneezed on, I'm getting spit at, so I'm wearing my mask still.
How do you handle, do they have hygienic stuff at work, like hand sanitizers, masks, gloves, or they don't have any of those?
All that, yes.
Have all that. Do you use them?
I use them. I use the hand sanitizer, I use the gloves, the face mask I put 2 of them.
Do the other employees, the teachers and the other aides use all of these?
Yes.
Do. Has there been any pushback from the parents as to the use of face masks in Jersey City?
Not that, I mean, some parents don't want their kids wearing a face mask.
What do you do in a situation like that?
We just let them. We can't force the kids to put them on. I mean, realistically, they're autistic, so yeah, the low functioning kids are not going to wear it. They just take it off.
Do you think that now, from a year to the present to now, that things have become normal? This type of day-to-day confronting COVID, is that the new normal going forward?
I think it's becoming a little bit normal. I can understand going into the store wearing the face mask, or going into a restaurant, you still got to wear your face mask.
What else? Is there something else you'd like to talk about?
No.
No. Do you think that the Governor Murphy has handled this situation well in New Jersey?
I think he did. I just didn't think that taking the mask off the kids wearing it to school, I think he should have just left it on a little bit longer.
So If there's nothing else that you'd like to discuss, I'm going to let you go and thank you for taking the time to allow me to do this interview.
You're welcome.
Jack. You have a nice day. Take
too.
care. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.